I see you as another person. Even though intellectually I know you are like me, you are a human being, you have the same requirements, you have the same wants, you have the same everything. But I'm like a dog. So when threatened, it'll bark, right? It's going to bark. So when threatened by Matt, I'm going to bark at you and I will abuse you. What if by chance you experience oneness? And that is called Ekagata. You exactly feel oneness. No difference between you and the others. At that moment, the defilements goes down. So there won't be any identifications. When there are no identification, you feel a very relieved sensation, very expansive. Now you don't have any fight with anyone because it's you in that form, right? And you should observe that experience. It's so nice experience. Whether you can stay in that experience for a moment or 2 or 10 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour, it's a different story. But basically you feel so light because now you know there is no one except for you everywhere. Right? On the road, it is Matt going in another car. Right?
Yeah.
And Matt going on the highway, Matt going to the office. So whomever you meet, it's a Matt, another form of Matt. Maybe a dark skinned, maybe even more fair skinned, but something, but the skin is a skin, the face is a face, eyes are eyes, ears are ears, nose is a nose, tongue is a tongue, the body is a body. So the separation as internal and external is gone, and you feel relieved. And that's the feeling you should get. Actually, that will take you to upekha, equanimity. You got the point?
Yes.
So when I say I'm in fourth jhana, what I am actually feeling is oneness with everything. So I get ekagata. So started with vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. That is thinking, pondering, joy, happiness, or gladness, or pleasure. Then equanimity, because I see no difference between the person who is talking to me and I talking to myself. They very well look the same. So I don't have anything. So now, example, I am going to Sri Lanka, but I am not actually going to Sri Lanka. I myself is in Sri Lanka as that person, right? So
Right.
there's nobody to meet per se. So the anxiety comes when I want to meet someone. So now there's no anxiety. In the airport, I'm going to be seeing myself everywhere. It's like somebody wearing a red color shirt and a green color shirt and a yellow color shirt and a blue color shirt and a skirt and a mini skirt and a some other attire or a sari or some dresses of different nations. But I myself is wearing all of that. Right?
Yes.
So with whom will I become angry? Will I become angry at the dress? No. With whom will I become greedy? I mean, with whom will I become greedy? What's the greed there? With whom? There is no one for me to get greedy. Right?
Right.
So neither I am in greed, nor I am in aversion. And the delusion that there is another person out there is gone.
Hey, so if you like say, because I don't think I've fully experienced it the way you're talking about, but I do. It's like almost like I'm in the gradual beginning stages of it. You know,
I understand what you're
because
saying.
like
I understand.
yeah, because like right now it's like kind of like I'm noticing it, but I haven't fully like comprehended it internally like you're talking about. But it's like, I know it's coming. But are you saying that will help with uh, like say like the greed defilement and things like that, or do I have to get rid of those first two experiences?
They both will be going together. So, the practice, if you were to watch that Kundaliyasutta, what I have sent. So, some uh, recluse meets the Buddha, okay, and he asks this question, or rather, he says, "You know, Gautama, I am a recluse, and I keep on going to different monasteries to understand what they really do and what they really preach." Right? So I see that they prepare themselves for debates and nothing else to gain popularity, to say that I'm better than you. And can you tell me what's the dhamma you are teaching, or what is that you're following? Because I see everywhere people fight, people get into debates. My dhamma is the right dhamma, his dhamma is not the right dhamma, and that person will like to prove my dhamma is the right one and yours is not. In what way, dear Gautama, yours is different? So then Buddha says that my dhamma teaches 7 bhojjanga. Bhojjanga is factors of awakening. It teaches 7 factors of awakening. And he says, how should I get these 7 factors of awakening? Then he says, my dear friend, you will get these 7 factors of awakening only when you practice satipatthana, mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the feelings, mindfulness of the chitta, the mind, and the dhamma in totality, including the teaching. And you say, wow, but how do I get that? He says, well, this you will get it if you were to control the senses. And even before Kundaliya would ask, how do you take care of the senses? Then the Buddha explains, this is how you first need to work out on the senses. When there is an eye and the sight, the general tendency of the consciousness is to connect these two and get a feeling of pleasure and displeasure. So you need to drop that. So let's say, Matt, that for some reason, okay, which you don't know, at that point in time, neither the sight, nor the sound, nor the taste, nor the touch, nor the smell, and the thought were to penetrate into the senses, you would have experienced equanimity. And when you get that, the consciousness is not going out, it's staying within itself. And when it does that, there is no greed and hatred and delusion. And when you have that, and that's the time you feel you are everyone. So you got the point.
Yeah, right. That's really cool. Uh, I mean, because I didn't really know what was going on. It's like so new to me.
Yeah, it's good. You have touched the reality. The reality is undivided. The fabrication or the delusion or the illusion is divided. So I see United States a better country than India. So there is a division between me and that. For some reason, in your case, for whatever that reason could be, at that moment of driving, you felt, excuse me, am I not driving everywhere? Oh gosh, I don't know what I'm seeing, but it's true. I don't see anybody driving. I myself is driving everywhere. It's a fantastic feeling. It's undoubtedly a beautiful feeling to have. Hey, you.
Hello.
So today we have set up in a proper way and I'm still recording it in the way of the screen. So let's see how this will come.
Awesome.
So it's a better in quality because now yesterday night I had a call with Sachin and we were discussing dhamma. But what had happened is that there are two microphones which were interfering. So it became an echo.
Okay.
Anyway, so then I have you to examine in a very critical way after Matt leaves, and then we'll see. Okay, now coming back to the story, his experience, Matt experience is that sometimes he sees himself everywhere. That's a beautiful experience to have. So intellectually, we know we are all the same. Just like I was giving him an example of a dog watching a mirror. I think we have spoken about it long time ago, Ari, if you remember. So generally, we react like the dog reacting with the mirror or any animal. If you keep a, and there are a lot of YouTube videos on that, and they keep the mirror, and then the tiger or the lion or the elephant or the cheetah to monkeys to rats to rabbit to all kind of animal including dogs where react to the facial gestures, react to the, like I'm reacting to this video. I feel I am, it's me. And I see this Matt and this is Ariu. So I've divided myself into me in this video with two others. So no matter intellectually how much I say to myself, hey, he's not Matt, he's me, it's not Ariu, it's me, doesn't work. There's no ekagata. So vitakka vichara piti sukha ekagata, that last one, oneness, you become one. At present we are separated. I'm seeing a separation between me and that. So Satipatthana teaches the ajjatta bahid, the internal externals, and you have to remove that. And that's the reason in the Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta he teaches there's nothing called as internal and external. Again, in the Maharahula Vada Sutta, he teaches Rahula that there's nothing called as an internal and an external. There's only earth element, there's only water element, there's only fire element, there's only air element, there's only space element, and there is only vijnana, consciousness. as a quality. It's not a person. It doesn't belong to anyone to claim it. It's me. So when I truly get that, truly, not intellectually, like what Matt was experiencing when he was driving the car, he felt that, hey, I myself am driving everywhere on this road. And that's a beautiful experience to have. So that happens when your defilements have come down at that moment. So you're just one stop towards Nibbana, just one. If you kick that, you're in Nibbana. Because what is conditioning? These three people are conditions. What is unconditioning? There's nobody there. You will like something if they are conditioned. You will dislike something if you're conditioned. You will be deluded only when conditions. When there is no condition, there's no delusion. And hence, there's nothing to like and nothing to dislike. What's there to like and dislike? Right? Now, this can be intellectualized. I understand. But when you truly experience it, it's a fabulous experience. No words can match it, because words is just to express, but that has no expression. No matter how much I tell you, Matt, your nose is like my nose, your ear is like my ear, your lips is like my lips, your mustache you don't have at present, so I have my mustache, it's like yours, and your hairs are like my hair. It still doesn't replace Matt with Vilas. Right? I can be telling that forever. It doesn't really matter. I can talk about Ariu also. But I know Ariu is Ariu. No matter how much I fool myself, oh no, it's not Ariu, it is me. Like Ariu. And his wife. I am that. And Luke, his son, is me as a son. Sounds good, but I truly don't experience. Only when I experience it, then I have touched the metta bhavana. You got the point? Now there is loving kindness, because it is you only suffering on the other side. There's nobody else. And then you truly experience compassion, because that other guy is not able to see that it is you only getting painful in the end. There's no one else. And if somebody had experienced it, you feel so happy, because now it's you in that form. So let's look at the CEO of Google. Okay. He's an Indian. Is he an Indian? No, he's an American. But he's born in India. So now I put one brand. So there's separation. Right? Let's say, forget about nationality and all of that. It is me in Google. Actually, as consciousness. There's no person there. It's only the consciousness with the body. That's it. What else is there? Nothing else exists. 5 elements, consciousness. Who else is there? And the 5 elements require senses. So there's eye, there's ears, there's nose, there's tongue, there's body, there's mind. What else? So who is that person? There's no one. It's me in that place. Am I not feeling glad? Yes. And that is appreciative joy. You appreciate, wow, I myself is a CEO. It leads to contentment. Otherwise, I will have to take another life to become a CEO of a company and struggle to make that happen. Why? I'm already that. Correct. And then the last one, equanimity. I remain equanimous to everything that's happening because I'm just a witness. I'm witnessing all that is happening around me. And that's it. So let's say, in the case of Aryu, he sends me a video of someone who has 1 million subscribers. Now, the moment I have a separation, comes the dvesha that I am not able to get 1 million. Right? Now I browse and browse and browse YouTube videos and to see that how to make 1 million and blah, 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 all that. So I'm spending tremendous nights and days in just that. What if that monk is me? Should I still do that? No. But for conventional reasons, I need to do it. Just like a work. You just go to the office and you work and come back. It's you only working as you everywhere. There's no one out there. I am eating, the mouth is everywhere. Everybody eats means everybody's mouth takes the food. So the consciousness takes the food. And that is the meaning of that Putta Mamsa Sutta, the flesh of a son or son's flesh, Sutta, if we were to make it, is that the food what the consciousness eats are three kinds. One is the solid food, one is the touch, contact, a third one is the intention, and fourth one, it itself provides the food, the four kinds of food. And in that sutta he says, one who understands this vinyan, consciousness, doesn't have to learn anything more. He has done. So if I were to experience what you're saying, Matt, that's it. Your meditation has given the fruit. Like I said, just one more step. You're in Nibbana.
Very nice, man. Did you experience it today?
Well, it's like over maybe like for a week now. It's like I've just been having like these thoughts and then like brief moments of it, like where it's like I literally felt like I was everybody. You know, like I was like it was just like everybody that I saw was another like say characteristic or personality trait of myself. And but they're like very brief. And in the beginning, it really kind of made me like a little paranoid because it was like am I having crazy thoughts? You know, but I mean, I haven't experienced the way he's talking about it, like where it's super joyful yet. I think I'm on the brink of it, like it's coming.
Yeah.
Very nice.
See, the first indication it shows up is on the personality. You will see the personality. It's your personality personified as somebody else. So now I have two personalities. One as Aryu. There's no Aryu there. One as Aryu. One as Matthew. It's me, my personality personified into two. Right? Some of the characteristics what I don't have, he is projecting it for me. So such a nice experience. Right? Aryu is doing that for me. And some of the characteristics what I don't have, you're doing it. So you are collaborating it. And some of the characteristics what you both don't have, I am doing it for you. Isn't it such a beautiful experience to have? Right?
Yeah. Hey, so you know what it kind of made me think of, and 'cause I'm not nearly like as familiar with the suttas, but there was this one that I read where uh I guess it was like this monk or this bhikkhu, the Buddha wanted them to meet, but his brother didn't. didn't invite his brother because he didn't think he was an arahat. And it embarrassed him so much that that night he became one. But the Buddha sent somebody to find him, and this guy was able to project himself to like 1,000 different people or
Yes.
something. And that's what it made me think of. Like, like
That
maybe
is the
that's
second
like,
stage. That's the second stage where you manifest yourself in everyone.
okay.
Okay, I'll give you one nice story. Okay, this happened with me. There's some time ago, I and Eriu were talking about I coming to United States without having to go for the visa. Some years, at least, I think 1.5, 2 years back, we were discussing. And he used to have a nice place to sit in the night. We both used to chat, and I was saying to him that one day I will come, okay, without the need. So I can just walk into it. That after I cut the call, I have not expressed this to Ariu, but let me give you the thing. Somebody is like, I'm just sitting and I'm not sleeping, I'm not hallucinating, I'm not imagining. But really, what happens here is that there is a program, Dhamma meet in Malaysia. Okay. So I get an invite to Malaysia. Okay. And I'm supposed to go to Malaysia. And I tell that bhikkhu or the bhante or the monk that I will come without the need for flight tickets. And they say, okay, we've never heard like that. So I'll be there. So I will ask them to have a TV projection of I sitting at home and talking, and I land there. Right? So they do it exactly what I say, and they think this guy has gone crazy anyway. Any which way, he's a crazy guy. So then I come there projecting, and then they ask me, okay, now can you show, you said you can make yourself hundreds multiplied into 100, can you show? And I say, you have answered my question, you look at your face, it looks like mine, and everyone's face is like me, and the body is like me. It happened. Okay, it left a deep impression on me. Okay, it physically did not happen, that much I can tell you. Neither I went to Malaysia, that also I can tell you. But it was so vivid as an experience, and I felt for the very first time the deep information in the Kundaliyasutta, the DN2. Okay, what's the difference? Let's say the manifestation is a difference. The mind, the chitta, is not so purified to immediately manifest. Okay. Whereas in that arhat, what you're talking about, the brother would say to his younger brother that he cannot come here, and then the Buddha says that, well, you don't know your brother is an arhat. Bring him. And to prove that he's an arhat, what he would do is he will project himself everywhere. So then he becomes 1,000 people. And there's people who go and to fetch him, they don't know where this guy is because everyone looks the same. And they come back and report to the king that we went to fetch him and we couldn't fetch him because every person looks the same. And Buddha says, just tell his name, the remaining people will go away. And they exactly do what they were told. So this security guy goes there and tells his name, Upali. And there he comes. Not Upali, his name is something, sorry. And he comes. And then Buddha says, here is a new arhat. And his brother is shocked. What did you do to become an arhat? And this guy just smiles. But these things, what we are talking about is at the time of Arhat Phala Mahas. That is the time when you get all of this. So it's like this. As we purify the mind, you'll come near and near to it. Got the point? But these brief moments, it's not completely there. Just a brief moment. It just comes for a couple of minutes and that's it. It's gone. It doesn't stay. Because for staying, the mind has to be pure. Only when it is pure for that moment, it just comes out. Because that's its natural state. This is not my natural state. This is a conditioned state. So whenever it goes to the natural state, it remains like that. But we are so conditioned that the natural state is a conditioned state. So yeah, Aryu.
So you're saying this happens when your mind is in Ekagata, right?
Yes.
So that's the attribute of the fourth jhana per se. So that means when Matt experienced that, his mind is in the fourth jhana. Then you could say that.
Yes. Now he doesn't have to do a formal meditation like I'll sit and I'll close the eyes and then watch the breath and all those funny things are not required. To begin with, it is required. But then after that, there's no formal meditation method. And after you finish your training, there's nothing called as formal. You're that. You're all the time that only. So, yes.
I've heard my manager talk about this once, and he said that he was meditating, and then he was able to become expanded, and then he can see almost as if he's his neighbor. So he see through his eyes, almost it's his neighbor seeing things. So I don't remember what he said, but he was looking at himself or he did some weird stuff. So the neighbor was realizing something is off. So I forgot exactly what he said, but then he removed himself or something like that. He said the neighbor was weird and the neighbor didn't know what happened. Something like that.
Yeah, that is also possible. See, when you're at the pure mind, anything is possible.
Yeah, it's like all the defilements and the ignorance is what gives you limitation.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the reason in the non-dual, they teach you this, that you are an expansion. You're completely expanded one. So anybody who has studied the non-dual, you would really see that. It's true. There's no duality. The duality is like the dog screaming at its own reflection. That's a duality. So in that way, you never had a son, you never had a daughter, you never had a wife, you never had a family. And in reality, you don't have it. But the duality brings that illusion in the mind that you have. What the shit are you talking about? Oh my goodness. I have a family. Oh my goodness, you have a family. What do they do? I don't know, but I have a family. Can you show me a family? Can anyone show a family? Now you will show another eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Call that as a family. In the same way, there is no countries, there is no continents, there is nothing out there. It's a projection from the mind. It's good, not that it shouldn't be there, then it becomes very confusing. But it's good to have. But in reality, it doesn't exist. So there are 7 attributes. Sorry, Ariel, let me finish this. So there are 7 attributes you need to see from tomorrow, whenever this thing happens to you. At that moment, you will have disillusionment. The illusion is gone. Okay. Then you get into dispassion. There won't be any passion left at that moment. I'm talking about when you experience this. Then it ceases away. It just goes away. Okay. Then you feel peace. Unlimited peace, not just peace, because there's nothing at all except you. So the fear of not being you is gone. So there's peace. Then you are seeing it in a very different way. All of these times I was seeing it as Ariu and Matt. Now I don't have Ariu and I don't have Matt. So then the excitement is not there. So I'm seeing things different. Not that Matt is dead or Ariu is dead. They are, but dead in my dictionary of things. They are no longer things. Right? They were no thing. And I've given up that thing. Then I get the Four Noble Truths. Once I experience the Four Noble Truths, at the end of that samadhi, like that, a proper view to the last one, proper samadhi, at that very moment, nibbana happens. It gets unbound. It's bound like this. It's covered up like this. Now it's just opens. You can't call that as anything. You can't define. You can't say, hey, this is nibbana, because it again becomes conditioned. So unconditioning the condition is nibbana. Conditioning the unconditioned is samsara.
Yes.
Okay. So when you didn't have a family, you made a family. So you want to keep the family, which will never be there. What's the point? Matthew was never there. A body exists, but no Matthew exists. But somebody named it. Hey, your name is Matthew. Oh, okay. Where you born? And we'll say some state in United States, and then say I was there. Now I moved to this county. Then I went here. Then went there. All that things are there. But that is conditioned. Your identity is conditioned. As long as it's conditioned, you're going to suffer. But actually, you have no condition. Absolutely no condition. So you're unconditioned. Nibbana. That's it. So you're one stop short of experiencing Nibbana.
You know, but it's like, so this is what maybe makes me hesitant or I guess doubt myself. Because it's like, yeah, clearly I have defilement still. You know, it's like there are issues that like I struggle with, but how am I still having these experiences? I mean, maybe, yes.
See, the defilements will bring down the experience. That's it. It doesn't mean that a defilement has to walk away and telling that, hey, bye-bye, Matthew, bye-bye. No, that's not going to happen. When there is no defilement, you are unconditioned. When you have defilements, you are conditioned. Got the point?
Okay, so it fluctuates. And
Yes.
then over time, gradually, like it'll just be consistent.
Yes.
It's like you balanced out your levels.
You see, ending of defilements means what? Ending of conditions. Defilements can only be there when there is conditions.
or the other way around?
What do you mean other way around?
I mean, the condition can only be there if there's
Defilements. Yeah, whichever way you put it. Right. So, ending of defilements or ending of conditions, they both are the same. Either you go work out on defilements, the condition goes away. Or you work out on condition, the defilement goes away. Asankata is unconditioned. Sankata is conditioned. You create it, you prepare it. This body is prepared. This name is prepared. And both are prepared. Means they are prepared to die because it never existed in the first place. And I'm creating conditions for its survival. So what I do? I register. The name is registered so that it remains. Then I have a passport. It says Indian national. And that is an American national. Wow. He has an American passport and this is an Indian passport. It's a condition, right? Now, if I want to become an American, what I should do? Take another life now. Because in this life, I can never become an American. Unless the right environment is set up. Again, it's another condition. Right? If the condition comes, then I'm in the United States. And if the condition matches, then I get the then my passport status changes from an Indian to American. Till the time I can just keep on wishing, you know what, I want to be an American. So I'm conditioning in more than what should be conditioned. So that is called abhisankhara. You do it even more than what it is. Right? I'm doing more than what it is. What if I just uncondition? That means give up. I'm twisting it. Take a wire and twist and twist and twist. Now I'm just opening it up. It just opens up. That's it. What a relief, because that twisting is creating the tension. It's winding. So winding is samsara. Unwinding is nibbana. Samsarana, nissarana. Samsarana means circling around. Nissarana is no more circling.
That's why the Bhante, the Vimalaramsi teach about the relax. That's the key he found.
Yes.
He found when you relax, you cannot be having the upadana. You cannot be holding up.
Yes.
Once you go up the holding up, you go closer, closer, closer toward Nibbana.
Yes, that's right. So one thing what Vimalaramsi found was the relax. Whatever he learnt in Burma was not to relax.
And he did the concentration which made his head hurt.
Yeah. And he did for 20 years, not one day. And he was doing exactly what they were saying. And it literally ripped him apart. He thought that this is, what are they doing? From morning till evening, they are killing themselves. And that's not how Nibbana is going to be. Yes, Aryu.
But for this case, it may not necessarily be, let's say, the instruction is wrong, right? It didn't
Work out for him.
way to work out for him.
Right. So I was talking to someone yesterday. Yeah, that's Sachin. I was talking to him, and then I told him that when I started watching Vimalaramsi's videos when COVID was at its peak, and then the whole road was having a lockdown and all of the things. I used to walk on my terrace, and then I used to keep iPad and I used to listen to Vimalaramsi while I'm doing walking meditation. And suddenly it arose in me, the 6 hours is not going to work out for me. So I made it a 7 hour. I added remembrance, sati. For me, that was the key thing. not the relax, because anyway I was relaxing. So it didn't really make any difference to me about relaxation, because I'm not following the Burmese method of meditation. I didn't land up in Burma like him. Yes, Aryu.
So this remembrance is after you return to the meditation object.
The first
You
thing is
remember-
remembrance. The first one is remembrance. Remember to release the thought. He starts with release the thought. So you release. So, sorry, you first recognize and release and relax. Then like that. Okay, in my case, what I did is remember to recognize. That's something which has come.
If you didn't have a meditation object which you're remembering, you wouldn't recognize.
Absolutely. So I felt it works. Without remembrance, it cannot work. At least in my case. So I became Vimala Ramsi number 2.
Yeah, I think he just take it as a given because all the method tell you to focus on this.
Right.
And then some right. He recognized.
So
and he already remembers.
Yeah,
so
why did I go through that is that I was practicing Mahasatipatthana. So I felt that, oh, wait, everything works. So I tried. All the 6 of them I tried. And then I felt that, oh, without remembering, you will never know it. So I said, remember to recognize the thought. And then you release that thought. Don't hold on to the thought. Then relax. It's gone. And you repeat or return and repeat or whatever way. In fact, I had added one more in between. I said review whether it is gone or not. So I had made it 8 and then I removed the 8 because
8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours. So then I removed that and that felt that this is sufficient. So I just put the remember. So when I practice using the 6-hour meditation of Vimala Ramsi, I say, remember that you are to watch the breath. Remember you are supposed to be working out on a thought, which is happy thought. If I were to go by his way of doing it, remember the happy thought. Then recognize that some other thought is asking the space. It's saying, hey, give me that space. And like a fool, I'm going to give the space to this idiot. I'm not going to do that. Release that damn thing which has come. Now that it is gone, relax. Then return to the object of meditation. That is the happy thought.
He has a re-smile in between.
Re-smile. Yes, I missed it. Yes, re-smile. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, man.
I was just curious because you know how there's like some of the Buddhist statues or like the fatter one smiling. Like, is that because like that's part of a technique in some traditions to get into jhana is like to actually put a smile on your face and then focus on the sensation of it to intensify it. I wonder if that's like an aspect of it, or why do they make it big like that?
No, actually, there is one chitta. It's called pasanna chitta in Pali. Pasanna means joyful or contented, basically. Okay. When you get sukha, the 3rd jhana, properly, you don't have to smile. You don't have to and trouble your face. Like you sit, so somebody looking at you say, wow, what a face. No. This chitta, pasanna chitta, and in Sanskrit, prasanna chitta, automatically comes up. That's one chitta. So it's there in Abhidhamma, it's not there in Sutta. But then we shouldn't be going to Abhidhamma. So, but otherwise, not going to Abhidhamma also, there is this Pasanna Chitta. What it does is that when you are having the third jhana, when you have reached the third jhana, before you're going to the fourth jhana, before you going means before the mind is landing on the fourth jhana, it will create this environment for this chitta to arise. Because without feeling satisfied, you can never be equanimous.
That's what the Matt shared with me also in the Visuddhimagga. It says the pleasure and the is what leads to samadhi.
Yeah. So now when you are very contented, you're very happy, unconditioned happiness, it lands you, the mind lands itself with this pasanna chitta into upekha through ekagata, oneness. Why? Because there is something called as fear. And for that moment, the fear leaves. And fear is the starting point for dukkha, suffering. You fear. Like we say, I fear whether I'm going to get the flight. I fear the traffic jams. I fear this, I fear that. Actually, that is true. The mind has worries and fear. When you are contented, internally, completely, there's no place where you are discontent. Then the natural state is to let go of fear. And when there is no fear, and then you are equanimous. So between this and this, the chitta which arises are kusala chittas. And the gladness takes over and makes it as prasanna, meaning you feel, and naturally the smile comes, the re-smile. What the Vimala Ramsi is trying to say is actually a normal state. It's in Pali called as, I mean, if you were to go by the Visuddhi, not Visuddhimagga, the Abhidhamma, it is Hasit Utpada. Hasit means smile. Utpada means producing. This chitta produces a smiley face. It's not that somebody sitting like this while internally, mentally, he is worrying over, oh my goodness, you know what? I left the car. I think I had parked it in a proper way. I only hope the sheriff doesn't come and pick up this car, or some guys are going to loot my car. In fact, I had kept my very brand new Apple MacBook Air. Oh shucks, what happens if it is going to be stolen? Should I call 1-800 or what I should be doing? And while I'm smiling, that's not going to work. Right? Oh, I didn't pay my the bills. I didn't pay this. I didn't pay that. I didn't do this. Oh, I didn't speak to my wife. Oh, today's an anniversary. Oh my goodness, I forgot all about it. And that doesn't bring in anything except for fear. So first you should establish the third jhana. Okay, that's the thing.
But before you can actually get there, even in the normal mundane part, the charisma, I guess, help cultivate a joyful and content attitude. So after the relaxation, it's a more enjoyable state. So
Yes.
you charisma and condition yourself to enjoying this rather than getting into the thought which you want to release, right? So you're positively reinforcing that
Yes.
release
Yes, absolutely.
until it become a natural state.
Yes. So initially you need to re-smile. After relax, re-smile, and then you go into you return to the object of meditation, and the last 6 is repeat. Right? So after relaxing, generally people don't smile. So what Vimal Ramsey did is that smile within yourself. Yeah, that thought is gone. Oh wow, what a relief. So now the smile is there. Ah, it's gone. Let's say while I'm doing this jhana, suddenly a girl comes in the mind and she starts stripping, right? Or she does a striptease for a change. Now I need to remember to do what? That's the problem. If we don't have an object, you're dead. So you either take breath, you either take the thought, what Vimal Ramsey talks about, or you need to take the dhatus, the elements, or you can take the body contemplation, wherein you look at the 32 parts of the body, or the channel ground meditation of how the body is festered and infected and blah blah all that, or somebody in disease, almost in a dying condition, and vomit coming out, and from ear some shit is coming out, and he's shitting in his pants and all that, and then it's everywhere like a diarrhea. Then from the nose something is coming, some fluid is coming, from the mouth froth is coming. All of that you watch and you get repulsive. So that's the remembrance. Then you recognize this sensual thought which came, and that very moment the thought vanishes. So you release the thought. Now you relax, re-smile, return to the object, which is the patikula manasikara, which is repulsive, making mind repulsive of the sensuality, and repeat the whole process. So the 6 hours definitely help. Whichever way we take, it's okay. Vimala Ramsey learned it in this way because he felt these guys are torturing me, because he goes to one of his teachers and says that, look, I'm seriously saying I'm having such a pain in my head and such a pain in my legs. And he says, keep on watching that. He says, what? I'm having a headache. What do you mean, watch a headache? I says, that's a process. And that's a teaching. So, okay, I cannot argue with my teacher. Anyway, he's a Burmese and I'm an American. So I have no idea what he speaks. So he sits watching his headache. And then he gives up. He says that this is not for me. This is torturous. Then he goes with the sutta way. And that is how he learns this. Okay.
Yeah, I watched this interview. He said he read Bhikkhu Bodhi's Nikaya book on the translation of the suttas, and when he's reading the the right efforts, he was seeing one of the effort is to let go of the akusala.
All right.
So that's what he tried to use the relax and release to let go of it. And once he did the relaxation, he found he didn't even need to try to push it away. Once he relaxed, it just goes away by itself.
Yeah, and another thing is that there is one sutta of the Ananda after the Buddha, after the death of the Buddha or Parinibbana of the Buddha. This Kassapa keeps on coming to Ananda saying that, hey Ananda, You have 49 days left, 48 and 47, like that, and the day arrives for him to recite the entire suttas. And it's only applicable for Arhat. There are 499 Arhat, one short of 500. But then he gives him an ultimatum that, my dear friend, by tomorrow, if you don't get it, you're out of this business. I'm sorry. So now the first Buddhist council is one night away, right? Just a night. So 49, 48, 47, like that, the days went by. Then till 12 in the night, our friend Ananda practices. He's a Sotapanna, but he has not reached anywhere. Then he says, anyway, I'm giving up. And he becomes an Anagami in just 2 minutes. And then he lands up as an Arhat at 5 a.m. 12 a.m. Sotapanna, 5 a.m. Arhat. And what he does, he's supposed to be going to that place, so he flies to prove that he is an Arhat. And he lands on the dais, and these guys are sitting. And Kassapa says that here is the Arhat, Ananda.
Is this actually in one of the sutta?
Yes, it's there. But not in this, it's a Ekagata.
Oh, there I got that.
In that you'll find a mention of, it's there about Ananda.
Oh, nice.
He gives an utterances that how much he really struggled. And he says, one thing I can tell you, don't struggle, relax it. When you are not getting it, don't go behind it, because you make yourself upadana. The more you hold on to it, the worse it gets. Let's say, for example, Aryu, especially for you. If
I
you,
know it's a biggest problem.
yes, especially for you, when you're not getting it, relax. So I've been telling you for long, relax, it's okay. But you want to go where I want, not going to work. This is a very relaxing technique. It's not, see, now I'm sitting like this. I can sit for hours together like this. But some days it's not possible. Yesterday, I'll tell you one funny thing. Yesterday I was not able to sit. You know what happened? I'll tell you. The amount of discussion we did on that thing. When I'm closing my eyes, only that is coming. Oh, this YouTube video I need to watch, how that is there, this is there. Then I gave up. I said, forget it. I'm not going to sit and meditate. I'll start walking meditation. And I walked and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked, and then it became calm. Right? It's not your mistake. I'm not trying to say that, hey, Aryu, you troubled my mind. No, you just gave the feedback. But we discussed more on that than Dhamma. Actually, after our call, until almost like 2:30 a.m. of yours and 2 p.m. of mine, we've been speaking on this video where I'm sharing it once as public, then I made it as unlisted, and then you're saying there's something wrong with your voice or our voice, and I don't know what setting you made, and there's that. There's no relaxation, right? It's an effort. And I was wondering what the heck is happening. The settings are the same of the other day, and you're saying Uposatta's video was here and this is bottom. Okay, now what do you want me to do? Should I publish it? Should I delete it? That's only two options I have. And I was thinking to myself, Which idiot will go through this 1.5 hours video? Anyway, if I look at the analytics, people coming on that channel and watching for 5 minutes itself is a great thing. And some stupid guy would like to listen to our explanation for 1.5 hours. You should be a real dhamma guy, and he wouldn't care a thing, actually. But anyway, so then I was wondering, am I overreacting? Am I reacting? Or this, that, all that was going. So then yesterday I wanted to do a meditation for 4-5 hours. That was my plan. Okay, that's what I thought about. After this, our discussions, I'll sit, because I'm supposed to be doing this in Sri Lanka. So I wanted to practice. Yesterday, for the whole day, I couldn't do it. It's made my mind so restless, not because of you. I was looking at videos, or one video after the other. Then I went to the OBS videos to look at how do you put it. Then I understood, if you have MacBook and OBS and Google Meet, it will not work. There will be distortion in the audio, and you can never do a live using OBS as your streaming software with Google Meet. It works with Zoom. It doesn't work with. So I need to necessarily have a Windows-based machine, because there is a camera in OBS called as virtual camera, and that is not recognized by Apple. So it will not allow you to access camera. So when I go to the Google Meet, there is an option to choose the camera, and it will not show Google this virtual camera. So when it doesn't show the virtual camera, the audio, you have only two choices. Take this microphone which I'm having now, which is Rode microphone, and then I can't hear what you guys are speaking, because then I have to put my headset, okay, which I dislike it, okay, because it hurts the ear. I don't want to use anything. Or make it the voice come through this guy, and when you do it, OBS will distort it. So yesterday I worked closely more than 2 hours on OBS. I was wondering what the hell I'm doing. Am I becoming a broadcasting guy rather than a meditating guy and a dhamma guy? I don't know what I'm doing. And then I felt, okay, now all of it worked. So I messaged you that it's working and blah, blah. And then I sat. Nothing worked. So yesterday I had a real bad time of closed eyes meditation. Remember didn't work. Recognize what is there to recognize flowing. The YouTube videos are flowing in my mind. What should I do? I'm one time at OBS is coming, another time this guy from some YouTube guy is talking, you have to do this, do that. Then suddenly I got an idea. I think I should be doing that. And then I walked also towards the computer. Then I thought, come on, you're not doing it. And then I again sat. And suddenly I felt, oh, I should be doing that. Then I left it. Then I felt like eating something. You see all this fun happening yesterday. I wanted to eat something when I'm not hungry. I don't normally eat. And I went till the kitchen and again came back. I was just observing what things are happening. Then it stuck to me. Remember, there's another way of meditation, which is walking meditation. Do that. Now is not the time to sit and meditate. It's not going to work. Leave it. Okay. So I moved into walking meditation. Now what should I walk? What should I do now? Because even if I walk, the thoughts will be coming. So then I forcefully looked at the entrance of the nostril. As I'm walking, just watching the body going and the breath. Body going and the breath. So as I take from this room to another room and come back here, I slowed down the walk. First I made a fast walking, then I slow down. Start to watch how the body is moving, how it is contracting, expanding, how the joints are moving, how they're releasing, moving, releasing, like that. It took me around, I think, close to an hour for all of these thoughts to go away. No OBS, none of those videos, none of the other videos of other Bhante or other Dhamma people who have done in a very nice way and all that. Okay, nothing of that sort. Then it became so nice. So I was thinking, oh, Vimalaramsi 6 hour works, provided I remember that very thing. So I need to remember the Satipatthana, Kaya Anupassana. There are many different ways of meditation, not the Anapanasati alone. So yesterday, I really thanked you for creating such a flutter in the mind that uh, Matt, we've been chatting. So actually, if we both would have spoken on the phone, would have taken hardly 15-20 minutes. But we spent hours together almost. And I'm sending him one video. I said, you have a look at it. He says, it's come good, but that is not good. Then I changed that and said, this is not good. Now you change this. Then I changed that. And he said, this is a dark background. So now make this. Then another one. And then I didn't do anything. Right. And then whatever he said, I wanted to do the best one. And I was thinking, I'm not able to provide the best one. So let me provide the best one. So I have searched around 20-30 videos on OBS.
Well, I think it's usually these long struggles that give us the best lessons. And
Yes, absolutely. So I was thankful to you that I have a very good teacher called Ariyu. He gives me something dissatisfying. See, whatever I do, he ultimately brings some dissatisfaction. This light, so today is going to bring something, no? Because now there is windows, from the window the light is coming. I have not put those lights thing. So he will come back. And next time, Vilas, you do this way. Okay. So it's nice. So why I appreciate him is if he brings in, I can check what's happening in my heart now. There's a uncomfortable feeling. Is it a comfortable feeling? So I was trying to do that, plus looking at how the restlessness really strikes till you're an arhat. It makes mind restless. It doesn't make you agitated, anger or whatever. That doesn't happen. But restlessness is going to be there. You feel restless. So when you feel restless, you have to only relax, nothing else. You can't do anything. You just cannot sit and meditate saying that, oh, restlessness is there, so let me put something else on that. No. And
for me, what works pretty well is that when I'm restless, my eye keep blinking, right?
yes, it's blinking.
Wow, I just watch the eye blinking and it goes away fairly quickly.
Yeah, you have to find your own way of dealing with that restlessness. So it's good. So you need to relax. So Vimala Ramsey is 100% right that you need to relax. And that's there in all the Buddha teaching, that you need to relax. That one step is a very critical step. Like he says, it's true. It's like you're pressing your brain. It doesn't help. What are you trying to do in the end? Nothing. So you're putting in more and more force, more and more effort. And that makes things even more restless than what it is. You're shaking up thoroughly. So instead of that, I need to relax. So let's say today I couldn't meditate. It's fair. Fine. Nothing is going to happen. You meditate while seeing everything. Who stops you? Nobody says that you have to sit like this and then keep the time. And I had gone to that Vipassana. So what happens here is that at 1 hour, they put a audio. So people will be thinking about that audio. When this is going to come? I think 1 hour would have happened by now. Why they are not put it? Did I hear something? No, I didn't hear, right? So it's going to come. Then they still be sitting, and some people will be doing this. And suddenly they put on this audio. Anicca vada sankhara, upada vayadhammino, upajitva nirujjanti, tesan upasamosuko. Don't ask me the translation because nobody translates there because you're not supposed to ask any questions. So that means 1 hour over. So what they do is they stretch their hands, legs. They take a 5-minute break, spread out like this, and then again for next 1 hour. Watch your breath. And after that, some people will and then he wakes up. And after again 1 hour, this thing comes. Right? And tremendous pain of the leg and your back and your. So if you ask assistant teacher, I'm having this pain, what should I do? Watch the pain. Sir, it's paining a lot. I also told you what's the pain. Can I relax a bit? No. After 1 hour only you can relax. So now I don't know what to do. Right. This is the thing. I think for Matt it is. It's already 1:34 for you. Time to sleep, my dear friend. Sorry to keep you so long.
No, you're fine. Thank y'all for meeting. I enjoy it every time.
Okay.
Yeah, I get really tired.
You're just really tired.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, you are indeed getting sleepy. I am making you not to sleep.
I just have one thought I was thinking when Matt shared with this his experience and we were discussing the defilements. I'm thinking so in general, right? When a person have a lot of defilement, he has a very, very self-absorbed always view, right? Everything is centered around him. As the defilements start to go down, he can start to see other people. He can start to see other struggles, and he can be more compassionate and a little bit, considering and all that. And as they go down even more, he become more altruistic as he see other pain, not that much different from his pain and all that stuff. And as he go down, and eventually go down so it's to zero, and he actually sees everyone, and sees himself in everyone. So
Yes.
it's like natural progression like that.
Yes, that's a natural progression. And once you touch that, one more step of unconditioning it, and that's it. You and Nibbana are the same. There's nothing like I have entered Nibbana. There's no house to enter there. Your natural state is Nibbana. You have conditioned it not to be Nibbana. That's the right way to put it.
It's like you put a virus on your computer.
Exactly. So now you're blaming the virus when you have yourself put that virus. So what you do is that you uncondition. Because that's the natural state. It's not a conditioned state. So all of us naturally, really Nibbana. Like in the deep sleep. You are in Nibbana because you don't exist. To say that I am in Nibbana. Yeah, you're not going to say that, hey, you know what? I went to a great sleep. Explain me what is great sleep. You say, what stupid guy, man? I went to sleep. That's exactly I'm asking you. Show me that how you entered into sleep. I'll just show you. I lied on the bed. Okay. Then I turned this side. Okay. Then I turned that side. Okay. Then I went to sleep. Give me the process. What did you do first? I told you the process. I slept on the bed Okay, was it hot or cold? No, it was hot, so I put on the air conditioner. Okay, then what? I made the body lie down. Okay, then you lie down the body. Then what happened? Then I closed my eyes. Okay, then you closed your eyes. Then I started to see some dreams. What kind of dreams? Hey boss, give me a break. I just had some dreams. Okay, then after that what happened? I don't know what happened. I was knocked out. Who knocked you off? And what should I answer? Or what should that person answer? That's the state of unconditioned. If you were to explain, it means you're conditioning it again. Sleep means when this happens. What do you mean, when what happens? Right? It's very simple. Five senses, five sense objects were disconnected. Mind would have made up things on the five senses and five sense objects. So since there was no input, mind went off. It switched off. So the I is no longer there. The last it remembers, it went to sleep. And that's it. So for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, you are in jhanic bliss. And when you wake up, if somebody were to ask, what did you do? You say, have you gone out of your mind? Have you not slept? He says, yes. Did you sleep like a log? Yes. That's exactly what I did.
That's allow man to uncondition himself.
Now you can do an unconditioning yourself by hitting the bed, and that's it. And welcome to Sunday.
Thank you, guys.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good